Imagine a revolution without a single gunshot. A transition of power not through brute force, but through the resounding clamor of voices and the rattling of keys. This isn't a fairy tale. It's the incredible true story of Czechoslovakia's Velvet Revolution. In late 1989, while the Berlin Wall was crumbling, the people of Czechoslovakia were still living under the shadow of a 40-year-old communist regime. The air was thick with discontent, but open defiance was risky. The memory of the crushed Prague Spring of 1968 lingered, a stark reminder of the state's power. Yet the winds of change blowing across Eastern Europe were impossible to ignore. The spark ignited on November 17th. A student demonstration, officially sanctioned to commemorate a student martyred by the Nazis decades earlier, began peacefully in Prague. But as the students marched, their chants shifted from remembrance to demanding freedom. "Freedom!" they cried. "End one-party rule!" The state's response was swift and brutal. Riot police descended, blocking the streets and viciously beating the unarmed students. But this act of violence didn't silence the people. It galvanized them. News of the crackdown spread like wildfire, sparking outrage across the nation. The students, joined by actors and intellectuals from Prague's theaters, called for a general strike. One of the key figures to emerge was Václav Havel, a dissident playwright who had been imprisoned for his beliefs. He and other activists formed the Civic Forum, a movement that became the heart of the revolution, uniting a fragmented opposition into a single, powerful voice. The days that followed were a whirlwind. Hundreds of thousands of people flooded the streets of Prague, day after day, gathering in Wenceslas Square. This wasn't a mob baying for blood, it was a festival of defiance. They sang songs, lit candles, and in a symbolic gesture that gave the revolution its name, they jingled their house keys. The sound was deafening, a collective jangling that meant, "It's time for you to go home. Your time is up." It was a peaceful, yet unyielding demand for the end of the regime. The pressure was immense. The communist government, seeing its power evaporate with each passing hour, began to buckle. They couldn't rely on a Soviet intervention this time. On November 24th, the entire leadership of the Communist Party resigned. The revolution was happening at lightning speed. Just a few days later, the parliament officially abolished the article in the Constitution that guaranteed the Communists' leading role in society. The one-party state was finished. By the end of December, the transition was complete. In a moment of poetic justice, the man who had been a political prisoner just months earlier, Václav Havel, was elected president of Czechoslovakia. A government of national understanding was formed, paving the way for the country's first free elections in over 4 decades. In just 11 days, from the brutal crackdown on students to the resignation of the communist leadership, a nation had peacefully reclaimed its destiny. The Velvet Revolution stands as a breathtaking testament to the power of unity, courage, and the simple, yet profound act of people coming together to demand a better future. It proved that the will of the people, when expressed with unshakable resolve, can be more powerful than any army. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as we do, please give this video a like and subscribe for more incredible stories from history. See you next time.